Hi everyone, it's Kathleen with Kathleen's Trodden Trail coming to you on, let's see, what day is today? Today is Thursday, the 5th of July, yeah, the day after the 4th, and I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. Ours was kind of interesting. We live in a neighborhood that does, we live off of two lakes, and so we don't actually live on the lake. We live across the street from the lake, but all part of the same neighborhood. And our subdivision does a big 4th of July fireworks fundraiser every year where they raise money and buy professional fireworks, invest in professional fireworks, and then shoot them off on the 4th of July. Or pay to have them, shot off on one of the islands of the big lake. And so we always have people over to watch fireworks on the 4th and have a cookout and what have you. And the fireworks were set to go off at 10 o'clock. And a storm moved in and they set the fireworks off. They could see it coming. The news was talking about it. And so the Board of Trustees made the decision to go ahead and shoot the fireworks off 15 minutes early without letting anyone know. And so we started hearing, we knew we were on the back deck and we were kind of watching the storm roll in, and we were wondering how it was going to work with fireworks. And I was watching, AccuWeather on my phone, and it was supposed to start raining right at 10 o'clock, right when the fireworks were set to go off. And we started hearing about 9:45, there were pops and bangs going on all over, people in their driveways setting off fireworks, but hearing kind of a commotion of fireworks. And so we went out to the front and we were like, wow, somebody got some really great fireworks. Those are really great fireworks. And there was about a 3 or 4 minute show, and then it was over and it started to pour rain, and it was just a gully washer. I mean, it just poured probably for a good 30 minutes. And so we thought, well, they'll save the fireworks until tomorrow night and set them off, on the 5th, which they've done a couple of times in the past when we've had storms on the 4th. Today about 3 o'clock, we got an email that the 9:45 fireworks that we heard were the big fireworks. And so they just made the decision to go ahead and set them off early and, just kind of go for it. So that was interesting. We had friends over, and it was a little disappointing. But anyway, I have so much to show you and so much to talk about because, of course, it's been weeks and weeks and weeks since I last did a video. And I was hoping to do it on Maddie's computer and do it all in one video. I feel like I'm always having an excuse about my multiple videos. And so she was set to go to there's a brand new drive-in movie theater open up tonight. And she was set to go there and spend the night at a friend's house. And my son is playing in the pit for the community theater. And he had rehearsal for that. And my husband's out working in the yard, which is really where I should be. And so I thought, well, that'll be perfect. I'll use Maddie's computer. I'll do one big, long video, and we'll be good. And when I went to grab her computer, I realized she had taken it with her because, of course, she's spending the night at a girlfriend's house. And so she would have taken her computer so that they could watch movies on it. So here I am on my iPad, and this will have to be like 3 or 4 15-minute videos, but such is life. Okay, I'm going to start with gifts and a little story. So I was all set. I have been registered for StitchCon, or had been registered for StitchCon since January the 1st, and had been planning to go. I was going to travel with Julie McConnell from Reflections Framing and Stitching, and we had made our airline reservations together, and probably like in March, and had it planned. And then my mother-in-law started to not be doing so well. She really started declining, and actually ended up in the hospital the week before StitchCon. And so I had kind of forewarned several people that there was a possibility I wouldn't be able to go if she continued to decline. Well, she rebounded and was, they made some adjustments to her medication, and she rebounded and was doing great. And the very next day, I was in conversations with one of my customers, my biggest customer, my longest term customer. He was actually my first customer when I started my business 18 years ago, and has stuck with me through thick and thin. And we had spoken about the fact that I was going to be gone at the end of June. We had something come up on one of the pipelines, and in discussing the fact that I was going to be not available on Thursday morning or Friday morning of the last week of June, he felt like that was not going to work. And in a very, very nice way. And it really wasn't his fault. It was something came up on the pipeline that couldn't be avoided, and we have no control over that. And it came down to a matter of my job, my career, or going to StitchCon. And so I had to make the very, very difficult decision to not go to StitchCon, like less than a week before the event happened. I had to put my big girl panties on and not be too sad about it. I was a little devastated, and I felt bad because I felt like I was letting so many people down, not the least of which was Julie, who doesn't really enjoy traveling by herself, and was, we were really looking forward to traveling together and getting to go together. But there were several people that I was hoping to meet for the very first time at StitchCon, and it's just one of those things. It's one of those things in life, and it's my business, it's my own business, it's my own consulting business, and I had to make the big girl decision to not go. And I sat with my husband the day we kind of found this out, and we tried to think of a workaround. He's in the same industry. He works for a company here in Omaha, but he's in the same industry and understands the business, and we really tried to come up with a workaround, and we couldn't. For these companies that I consult for, there's no one else who can do what I do for them, and it's kind of always been a long-term problem. And a lot of times I hear the expression said to me, "Don't get hit by a bread truck," because if you get hit by a bread truck, then there's no one else to do what you do, kind of thing. This was my bread truck, so I at the last minute had to not go. So I'm still not over it. Every time I talk about it, I realize I'm still not over the fact that I didn't get to go. And it was just one of those things. I got lovely texts and pictures and updates and all emails and all kinds of information from lots of people that were there. But the day before, or actually I think it was the Thursday that StitchCon started, I got 2 packages in the mail, and I have failed to ask the people who gifted me these things whether I could share with you, and so I'm not gonna name names, but I am gonna show you what just these lovely people sent, and then so I had 2 packages that Thursday, and then today I got another huge package from another person who was at StitchCon, and we were hoping to meet up. And so anyway, you'll probably know who sent some of this stuff if you watch their videos. But the first thing that came was, and I'm already at 9 minutes, so this, I'm going to have to try to make this quick. The first thing that came was a package, and in the package was this Snoopy. Now, the funny thing about this Snoopy is that Maddie and I had gone to Chicago to see Caitlin the week before StitchCon, and I was obsessed. Everywhere we went with Chicago, I kept seeing these cute stuffed animals, and I was obsessed with, like, we went to the aquarium, and there were, polar bears and like beluga whales and penguins, just cute stuffed animals, and I kept saying, it's so ridiculous, I want one. Like, I want one for myself. And that's silly because the second I get a stuffed animal, Baxter's going to think it's a play toy and it's going to be gone. And my girls kept saying, and what would you do with a stuffed animal? And, I don't know, I'd put it on my bed or something. And so needless to say, I did not buy myself a stuffed animal. But this came, and this person knows my love of all things peanuts. But what's really interesting about this little Snoopy is, do you remember me showing you my perpetual calendar, my perpetual peanuts calendar? Well, look at the top of that, okay, like right out of 1970, right? And then look at Snoopy, and look at how well they match. Anyway, I love that more than I can say, and it was so funny. And Maddie, when I opened the package, she goes, "You got your stuffed animal." So that's just really funny. So you know who you are who sent that, and I know it's silly to get so emotional about a little stuffed animal, but I love it. I love it. And so I have a shelf. I have an old-fashioned cupboard an antique cupboard in my laundry room. That we keep shoes in, and then on top I always have a different vignette set up, and I currently had this perpetual calendar in there, and so Snoopy sits right next to it, somewhere where Baxter can't get to Snoopy, and it's just a cute little, and I have a little candle there, and it's just a cute little setup. So just pleased with that. Now, as much as I love that, I love this even more, and when I show you this, you'll know who sent it if you watch her videos, because she showed it, but I can't read you what it says because I'll cry. But anyway, let me just show it to you. So this is a little pillow, and is that not the sweetest thing? And the finishing on this is just spectacular, and it's finished with a piece of wool on the back. I absolutely, and rickrack, oh, I love this so much. And I don't know if you guys feel this way, but this is, I think, the second thing this person has stitched for me, and I've gotten a couple other stitched things from people, but in general, you know, people don't give stitchers stitched things. People don't give hookers rugs. People don't give quilters quilts, right? And we appreciate those things probably more than the average person, and so I just absolutely, this is so cool. So this is in my cupboard, and in my cupboard that I painted several months back, and I have little things set up, and it just it's perfect in there, and I don't think I'll take it down. This will stay up year round. So that was in the first package, and then in the second package that day, there was some awesome thread, wonderful thread, and then something else that this person made, and again, you may know who this person was, but it's a project bag, and I do make my own project bags, or I have made my own project bags. It's not really something I enjoy doing for myself, and I've never done the vinyl ones, so I've been gifted a couple, and this one came, and I love it so much. So look, it's Charlie Brown fabric. Look at that, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's the cutest thing. I love it so much. And then the polka dotted fabric on the inside, which I love polka dot fabric, and the great zipper pull. It's a star and a little swirly silver charm, and that says just for you, love much. So absolutely just think these are just I just love them. Just super pleased. Okay, I'm at 13 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start on what came today, and then I'll end the video and go on to the next one. So today came this giant package, and again, I haven't even sent a text thanking this person yet, because I wanted to quick get the video done, and I had no words for it. But and I don't know that I've talked about this, but I actually collect antique or old, whatever I can find, doilies and hankies and tablecloths. And so this came, and oh my goodness, I love this so unbelievably much. It's such a beautiful, sweet antique handkerchief. So that was the first thing. I'm going to end here.